Well, hot and cold flushes, a racing heartbeat, a tightening in your chest, even obsessive thinking. These could all be signs that you're suffering from anxiety. It can take over our lives, as highlighted in the movie Nerve.
You think I'm social anxiety disorder?
Okay, let's face it, Josh doesn't really take a psych grad to see that you're more than a little bit shy. Do you get panic attacks?
Sometimes. Like I'm dying. I used to think that there was something like really wrong with my mind.
But worrying to this extent just isn't normal, and there is a way out. Barry McDonough is here to help. Welcome to the show, Barry. Now, you've actually suffered from anxiety and panic attacks when you were younger.
I mean, that guy there was me. I was lying on my bedroom suffering from panic attacks just like him. It's terrifying if you suffer from a panic attack. You think that your heart is going to stop. You feel like you can't breathe. It's really, it just takes over your life. And then it becomes this fear of fear. You fear the next panic attack happening. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah.
What's the difference between worry and anxiety?
Yeah, you know, it's all just anxiety at the end of the day, but you know, when it moves into this area of generalized anxiety or anxiety disorders, it's when it's just peaked very high, and it's interrupting your life. It's stopping you from doing the things that, you know, traveling, going to the shops, queuing in a bank, very simple stuff that I found very hard to do. I mean, and I often say to people, it's nothing to do with a level of bravery or cowardice. You know, people think they're feeble if they suffer from anxiety. I've worked with Deputy Chief of Police, and he had 300 police officers under him, but he couldn't go and get his hair cut. He couldn't sit in the barber shop getting his hair cut because he had a panic attack there once, and it was the fear of it, you know, happening again. And he felt out of control in that situation.
I want to ask, Mel Brooks had a hit movie called High Anxiety, which I loved. I was a big fan of that film when I was younger. I'm just wondering what you think about humour, whether humour plays a part in helping.
Yeah, I think humour is really important. I think when we started approaching mental health issues, the problem is that it gets very serious. There's a lot of jargon. If we bring in a certain element of humour, lightness to it, I think it makes it more approachable. People will talk about it more. They'll open up about it more. They'll share more. It's unfortunate, but you know, I'm from Ireland, and in Ireland it's only now starting to change that we talk about mental health, you know. And it'd be great if we got it to the point where we talk about mental health like physical health, where you look after your mental wellness in that same way.
You're so right. Now, you've also, you've got this wonderful new book, Dare, and you've also spoken about some myths that surround anxiety. Can you talk us through those?
Yeah, well, that first myth there that, you know, for example, anxiety is nothing to be ashamed of. And it's so important that people reach out if they are suffering from anxiety. I think it's quite a strong thing to do, to actually go and tell somebody, you know, whether it's your doctor or whoever it is, and say, look, I have this problem. Men in particular, I didn't do it, I should have done it, but it makes a big difference when you talk to people. Other myths as well, like panic attacks are dangerous. Most people think that, you know, they're doing serious harm to themselves, and they're not. Panic attacks are like a serious aerobic workout. You know, your heart is pounding fast, you're sweating, but people shouldn't worry that they're damaging or harming themselves when they're having a panic attack. Simple information like that can stop people getting trapped in that fear of fear.
And
panicking about the next one, yeah.
And so how do we fix them? You've obviously done this book and another book. What is the key to ending anxiety?
You know, I say to people, it's about stripping away the fear of the anxiety, of the bodily sensation. So panic attacks are triggered by a fear of the bodily sensation or a fear of the anxious thoughts that you're having. If you strip away the fear of that and you allow yourself just to have that nervous energy, work with it, move with it, get excited by it, right? If you get excited by that nervous energy instead of fearful of it, you transform it and alchemy happens. If you resist it, it persists. If you accept it, move with it, it transforms, and that's when you move out of the disorder.
Turn fear to joy.
Yeah, Lisa, you have a great little tip on dealing with panic attacks. You've suffered them.
This when I'm in the state of panic, I like to acknowledge it. I don't know if this is correct. Perfect. It may not be the way to do it, but I like to acknowledge it because anxiety is a way of keeping us safe. So it's a fear of something. So I like to go, thank you, anxiety. I really appreciate you turning up and looking after me today, but I'm okay and I've got this under control. So it's kind of like acknowledging it head on, and it's just a way to go, thank you, I appreciate it, but you can go away now.
And disarm.
I've got this, I'm under control.
Thank you for warning me, but there's no saber-toothed tiger at the moment, so we're all right.
It's a protector, really. You know, anxiety is there to look after you, to protect you. Stop seeing it as an attacker. And you change that way of thinking, it changes the whole way you relate to your anxiety.
You've got control back, Yeah.
Well, Barry McDonough is a special guest speaker at the Dare Project seminar at the Mercure Sydney from 6 p.m. on Thursday evening. More details at darepeople.com.au/events. Barry, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.